Are you willing to release all that is preventing you from stepping into and experiencing that inner warmth that you deeply desire in your relationships and in your life? Hello everybody, it's so lovely to see you today. In today's video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be having a look at step number 4. And step number 4, good morning, we're getting people joining us, which is wonderful. Good morning, Eva. In this video, we're having a look at step number 4. And step number 4 has to do with releasing and forgiving. So this week, we're going to be looking at all the different areas in our lives that are preventing us, keeping us shackled. Looking at, good morning Pam, good morning Eva, looking at identifying what are those areas in our lives that are preventing us from experiencing that inner warmth for ourselves and that inner warmth for our relationships. And by the end of the week, we're going to have identified, we're going to have looked at exercises to release all of those different, all the different belief systems that are preventing us from experiencing and living in freedom. And we're going to look at this idea of forgiveness and looking at, okay, well, how is it that lack of forgiveness is keeping us shackled, keeping us shackled and not experiencing the fullness of all that who we are. Today, when I connected with myself for those 3 minutes, I actually listened to a song. And there is a song, you know the Frozen song, Let It Go? Give me a thumbs up if you know the Frozen song, Let It Go. I actually listened to that song, and I listened to it twice because I felt like it was exactly what I needed to do today to step into that space where I'm connecting with my truth. So those of you who are watching us live, those of you watching the replay, those of you who are part of the Academy, those of you who are not a part of the Academy, I really recommend that what you do today when you're connecting with yourself for those 3 minutes, because remember, I advise that what you do before you do anything in the day is you sit and you close your eyes and you connect with yourself for 3 minutes. And I'm recommending that this week what we do is we listen to that Frozen song, Let It Go. And what we do is we listen to the words, and almost 90% of those words I really resonated with. I resonated with what she was saying about how, you know, she's pretended to be this person for so long, and society had created this space where she had to be, but now she was ready to let it go, and she speaks about the soul, and it is just a beautiful, beautiful song. So let's all affirm that we're going to watch that together. I got a lot of today's inspiration from that song, but also from my own work and my own journey where I am at in my life at the moment. So in today's video, what I'd like us to look at is, what are shackles? What are the shackles that are preventing us from experiencing that warmth? I'd like us to have a look at how we can let that go and what guidance we can give ourselves. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing that I'd like us to do is that I'd like you to grab your journals as always, and you see my great preparation for today. I'd like you to grab your journals, and I'd like you to divide the page into 2, all right? And what we're going to do is, on the left-hand side, I'd like you to write down the word shackles, and on the right-hand side, I'd like you to write down the word warmth. For now, you might change it. So shackles and warmth. If somebody can type that in the comments section for me so that people know what the headings are. Shackles on the one side and warmth on the other side. So these videos are all about, what are the shackles? What do I need to be willing to let go of? So if you imagine, here you are as a person, here are your legs, right? And there are various shackles. So if you imagine a shackle that's keeping you stuck, that's keeping you trapped. So here's a shackle. This one's keeping you stuck. And we have many, many, many shackles. I'm going to be having a look at a few over the course of the next few videos. But today what I'd like us to do specifically is have a look at two, and those two shackles are need and attachment. Need and attachment. Forgiveness is also one, unforgiveness. We'll have a look at those over the course of the next 5 days. So need, attachment, there's also fear. These are all different types of attachments. Hi, Kalimandera. Superb. All right. What is a shackle? Let's have a look at what a shackle is. Now, shackles in the past were used for slaves, weren't they? They were used to confine. They were used to dominate. They were used to suppress. They were used to control. And I feel that, yes, the question is, maybe there are people in your life that are controlling you, that are confining you, that are keeping you shackled, keeping you trapped. But for me, since moving away, as many of you know, from that abuse that I experienced in my marriage, that is something that definitely shackled me and put me in the corner. But since moving on from that, what I've been feeling is that my mind is still shackling me a lot more. The belief systems that I feel about myself and my life. And if I truly want to live in freedom in my life, if I truly want to live in freedom in my relationships, then I'm going to need to let go of these shackles that I have created for myself. Now, where have they come from? Yes, they've come from society. So, of course, what happens is that all these belief systems create this chaos in the mind, and that chaos then becomes a shackle. But what are they? And I need to now begin to look at letting those go. And one of the things that happens is that we create a shackle because we feel like we need to. So there is a defense mechanism. Good morning, Marie. So there's a defense mechanism. Something happens, something makes us feel unsafe, and we create a belief system, and we create a need for the shackle that keeps us safe. So up until this moment, guys, what's happened is that all of these shackles that you've created, if you can see it from this space, all of these shackles that you've created, you have created because there was a need to protect yourself. I'll say that again. You created the shackles because there was a need to protect yourself. So if you begin to see it from that space of love and appreciation, last week we had a look at acceptance and allowance and love. If we look at these shackles and we thank them for that which they provided us, thank you so much, I'm in awareness, I love you, but now I am ready to let you go because I no longer need you. So the first thing that I'd like you to write down in your journals is, I am willing to release the need for my shackles. I am willing to release the need for XXX. Somebody, maybe if you can type it in the comment section below. I am willing to release the need to stay shackled. This is the first thing that I'm going to invite you to do, is to be open to letting it go. Now, this might be very difficult because up until now, for the last 37 years, I've been using these shackles to keep me safe. But what I unconsciously didn't realize is that those shackles are now keeping me stuck, and they're not allowing me to move forward. They're not allowing me to live in freedom. They're not allowing me to live in the warmth. When you are in the shackles, guys, when you are in the space of the shackles, everything about your life is heavy. Ooh, the universe agrees. The universe agrees with that. It's heavy. Your shackles makes your world come tumbling down, and shackles hit you on the head. That's hilarious. So everything about your shackles is I just thought of something. Let me just recenter myself. Okay. Everything about your shackles is heavy. So if you're wanting to identify on the left-hand side what your shackles are, you write down everything, and the universe agrees, you write down everything that is keeping you heavy. What is it that makes you feel heavy? So what did I write down today? Some of the things that I wrote down today. Okay, having to always look good, having to always appear somebody that I'm not. Always being busy. So my constant pressure at the moment in my life, in my work, in my business, busy, lots to do. That is a shackle. The pressure to make lots of money, constantly comparing myself to other people, not being able to express passion in my life, not being able to express my shadow side. Remember last week in the last videos we were looking at expressing the light in the shadow. Not being able to express that shadow side, having to prove myself, the stress over money. All of these things are shackles. So what are these things in your life that are keeping you heavy, that are shackling you? These are all fears. These are all needs. These are all attachments that we have. So what we are going to begin to look at is this idea of when we let go, we can then begin to confidently move forward. My wish and my desire for you watching this video is that you begin to confidently move forward. Now, how do you begin to confidently move forward? Number one is we are willing to release the need. Okay? We're willing to release the need for all of these shackles in our lives. Number two is that we go slower in our lives. Number two, we go slower. And by going slower, what we begin to do is we begin to create that space. This is why we connect with ourselves for 3 minutes every morning. We connect with our heart. We connect with our heart that tells us if what we're doing at the moment is causing us to feel heavy or causing us to feel light. Now, we're confidently moving forward. We're affirming for releasing that which is shackling us. Now, I mentioned that the other column was warmth, right? So what is warmth? Warmth, you can use the word warmth, you can use the word light, you can use the word passion, you can use the word happiness, but that is a feeling that I want you to identify with. For me, what I'm looking for at the moment is a core value. Remember, we've spoken about core values, and it's a core value that I'm looking for of warmth. That feeling, you know, when you are being held and everything about you feels warm, feels a sense of belonging, feels a sense of peace, and there's like it's a feeling that I can't explain with my words. I can't explain it with my conscious mind or my unconscious mind, because this feeling that I'm looking at affirming for my life is that feeling that is connected with Source, which is connected with God, with whatever you believe. So what is that word? It's only a word, but I'm asking you to think about a word that connects you with that feeling that you want for yourself and your life and your relationship. So maybe what you can do on this side is write down a couple of words, but then as we're confidently walking forward, what we're doing in every step that we take, what we're doing is we are consciously trying to connect with this feeling of warmth. So as I am walking down the street, am I connecting with this feeling of warmth, or am I connecting with the vibration of the shackle? Okay, very simply, you can play around with the steps that you take. As you're walking from here to your kitchen, if you're walking around in your office, are you walking in the vibration of the warmth, or are you walking in the vibration of the shackle, the fear, the attachment? And what we begin to do is we begin to connect with our heart, and the more we walk in this vibration, the more we will begin to see more of these things happening in our lives, and more we will begin to manifest them. So we really want to follow the feeling. We're now letting go of attachment to words. We're letting go of attachment to belief systems, right, wrong, judgment. We're walking in the vibration of that feeling. And that feeling attaches you to not the heaviness, but it attaches you more to this feeling of lightness in yourself and your life. It's almost like a cloud. So when you're walking down the street and you're feeling heavy and you're dragging your feet with this pressure from society, that's heavy. But when you're in this warmth and when you're in this feeling of lightness and love, you are almost like, it's like a feeling floating on the cloud. And it's so important that we connect with our heart, which is why we spend 3 minutes with ourselves every day. We're connecting with that feeling, because this is how our inner guidance guides us. And this is what's next, is as you begin to identify with that feeling of warmth, you then can begin to be connected with that inner guidance, that inner voice, that inner knowing. That inner knowing is felt and is heard once you've connected with that feeling. Because if you're still in the shackle, remember the shackle is the chaos of the mind. But the inner guidance comes from that still space of listening to that light feeling within your heart. So the inner knowing will begin to guide you. And when you're in that space of inner knowing, then you can ask questions. You can ask, what is my passion? What actions do I need to take place to start walking in the heart? What actions, what steps do I need to start taking that are all in alignment with the heart? What steps do I need to start taking? And your inner guidance will begin to guide you to take the steps towards feeling complete, feeling whole, feeling inner happiness and inner warmth. This is where we want to go. Is we want to go to a space where we feel complete within ourselves, we feel warm within ourselves, we feel inner happiness within ourselves. And the same can be said for your relationships. So have a look at, in your relationship that you're in at the moment, could be with colleagues, could be with your boss, could be with your intimate partner, could be with friends, could be with family, could be with your city, could be with your country, could be with your body, could be with food. We're in a relationship with everything. So, what is it that is shackling you? What need do you have to remain? What is it that is you're not willing to let go of? That is something that we're going to start to be willing to let go of in your relationship. Okay, what is it that's keeping you safe, but is actually a shackle? What is it that you are attached to because you're scared, because it's a protection? Because remember, a shackle originally was created to protect you. All right, give me some love for that. A shackle was originally created to protect you. Some hearts, guys. Let's see some hearts. So it's looking at that shackle from a space of I love you rather than judgment. Okay? So what are the shackles in your relationship? What are the shackles in your life? Again, what are the shackles on the left-hand side? And what are the things that create warmth on the right-hand side? What is that word? For me, it's warmth. For you, it could be magic, happiness, whatever the case may be. So what I'd like you to do today is I'm inviting you to write down the word in the comment section. So I'd like you to write down the word that you associate with your feeling. Okay, warmth, happiness. Write it down in the comment section. And then I am inviting you to write down, I am willing to release the need to stay shackled to ... Okay? If you don't feel confident to write down the actual shackle that you're willing to release the need of, write it down in your journal, but we have to write it down. Okay? Write down the feeling, because when you express it, when you put it outside of the body, when we declare it, it magnifies the manifestation power. So we're declaring it, we're writing it down, And I am willing to release the need to stay shackled too. I'm going to be doing this throughout the course of the week because I'm walking with you. This is very important that we do this. We're all on this journey together. We're constantly evolving together. We're in this journey together. So before I complete, as always, I'm going to say the light within me greets the light within you. Any questions that you have, write them down now. I'm going to have a look through the comment section now. Those of you who are not part of our online academy, I'm inviting you to click on the link below in the description and join the online academy. If you want to have a listen to the rest of the videos, this week we're going to carry on looking at how we can release all of these shackles. What are those shackles? How can we begin to walk so that we feel more inner warmth in our relationships? Click on the link in the description below and join us. Let's have a look at some of the comments. Any questions? So we've got some lovely morning questions. That's wonderful. I'm okay. Thank you, Emma. It was fine. I think it's so amazing that the universe sometimes uses things around us to reinforce principles, to reinforce ideas. Is absolutely great. The universe agrees. So funny. I'm willing to release the shackles of the need to be busy all the time. That's wonderful, Pam. Really, really wonderful. And what is the word? Is the word for you, Pam, warmth? You've written it in the comment section. To be lighthearted in all we do. That's beautiful. I wish you guys a warm day. I wish you guys a wonderful day, walking in the vibration of warmth. Every step that you're taking, releasing the shackles that are preventing you, keeping you trapped. Because the shackles come from the past, guys. We're going to talk about this in the next few videos, but the shackles keep you trapped in the past. And releasing and connecting with this vibration is in the present, so that we can affirm for relationships in the future that are in alignment with our fullest expression, all of our passion, and everything that we deserve and we want for our lives. Namaste, beautiful. See you soon. Mwah.